Have you ever wondered why you still feel empty, even when everyone praises you? What if I told you that the secret to true happiness isn't in seeking their approval, but in finally choosing yourself? In today's journey together, we will explore 10 profound Buddhist lessons to help you let go of what others think and awaken a quiet power within you. These teachings are not just words, they are gateways to a life of unshakable calm, where your choices arise from wisdom, not from the restless demands of the world. So stay till the end, because today's Buddhist wisdom will change the way you live forever. Lesson 1. The source of true happiness. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine a lotus blooming in the still waters of a quiet pond. It does not bloom because the sun praises its beauty, nor does it wither because the world ignores it. Its strength comes from deep within, from roots anchored firmly in the unseen depths. In the same way, the Buddha taught that our happiness must not depend on the shifting winds of others' opinions or actions. He once said, "Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without." When we allow our joy to rest upon the approval or praise of others, we hand over the keys to our inner kingdom. We become like leaves tossed by every breeze, never finding rest. People may love you today and forget you tomorrow. Their moods change like the sky, clear one moment, stormy the next. If your peace is tied to them, it will rise and fall like a fragile boat in rough waters. Instead, Buddhism invites us to turn inward, to discover happiness that springs from simply being alive, from breathing deeply, from feeling gratitude for the smallest blessings. The warmth of the sun on your face, the sound of birds at dawn, the quiet strength within your chest that carries you through each day. When you learn to be content with yourself, to find joy in your own presence, you become unbreakable. Your happiness becomes like the lotus, blooming in silent dignity, untouched by the mud below or the fleeting gaze of passers-by. Lesson 2. The power within solitude. Imagine walking through an ancient forest just after dawn. The air is cool and silent, except for the quiet rustle of leaves above you. In that moment, there is no one to impress, no one to judge you, no expectations to carry. Only your breath, your footsteps, and the stillness embracing your soul. The Buddha once said, "Meditate, live purely, be quiet, do your work with mastery." Within these simple words lies a profound truth. Solitude is not emptiness. It is a sacred space where your true strength awakens. So many people fear being alone. They fill their days with noise and their nights with endless distractions, hoping to avoid that silent meeting with themselves. But it is in those very moments of quiet that your real power is born. When you sit in solitude, you see your thoughts clearly, like leaves floating upon a clear pond. You understand who you are beneath the roles and masks you wear for the world. You begin to hear the whispers of your own wisdom that daily life drowns out. Embracing solitude is not about isolating yourself forever. It is about learning to stand strong and calm even when no one else is around. It is about becoming your own best friend, finding comfort in your own company, and discovering that you are enough. In silence, you find clarity. In stillness, you find confidence. And from this deep well of solitude, you draw forth a quiet power that no one can take from you. A power that lights your path with certainty, even in the darkest nights. Lesson 3. Release the need for approval. Picture a small candle burning steadily in a dark room. It does not ask the shadows to praise its light. It does not wonder whether the night approves of its flame. It simply shines because that is its nature. The Buddha reminded us of this truth when he said, "You yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection." Within these words lies a quiet liberation. The only approval you truly need is your own. So often, we become trapped in a life built upon others' opinions. We crave compliments to feel worthy, acceptance to feel secure, praise to feel proud. But with every craving, we hand over pieces of ourselves until we become strangers to our own hearts. Buddhism teaches us to turn inward and recognize our innate worth. Real confidence does not come from being liked by everyone. It arises when you can look into your own eyes in the mirror and smile with deep acceptance. It blooms when you realize that you are enough, even without the world's applause. Start giving yourself the kindness and validation you seek so desperately from others. Speak gently to your heart. Forgive yourself for past mistakes. Celebrate your small victories, even if no one notices them. Because in the end, the opinions of others are fleeting shadows, but your love for yourself, that is the eternal light that will guide you home, again and again. Lesson 4, embracing rejection with grace. Imagine a river flowing through mountains. When a fallen tree blocks its path, the river does not stop and despair. It does not curse the tree for standing in its way. Instead, it gently finds a new path, flowing around the obstacle, continuing its journey towards the vast ocean. Rejection, too, is like that fallen tree. It is not a verdict on your worth, nor a sign that you are unworthy of love or success. It is merely life guiding you in another direction, opening new pathways that you may not yet see. The Buddha shared a profound reminder. In the end, only 3 things matter: how much you loved, how gently you lived, and how gracefully you let go of things not meant for you. These words hold the secret to inner peace, the art of letting go without bitterness, and moving forward without regret. When someone rejects you or a door closes, do not let it break your spirit. Feel the sting, but do not let it define you. Rejection is not failure, it is redirection. Sometimes life removes people or opportunities that are not aligned with your true path, clearing space for what is meant for you. Let go with grace. Trust the flow of your journey. Just like the river finds its way around every stone, you too will find your way to where you truly belong. Stronger, wiser, and more at peace with each step forward. Lesson 5. Freedom from the fear of judgment. Imagine a clear blue sky stretching endlessly above. Birds fly across it, clouds drift by, storms come and go, yet the sky remains vast and untouched. It does not fear the passing shadows or seek approval from the fleeting clouds. Our minds, however, often become stormy skies, burdened by the weight of what others think. We walk through life carefully, like dancers on a thin rope, terrified that a single misstep will invite criticism or rejection. This fear drains us of peace and robs us of the joy of simply being ourselves. The Buddha offered a guiding light when he said, "Let none find fault with others. Let none see the omissions and commissions of others, but let one see one's own acts, done and undone." These words remind us that people's judgments reveal more about them than about us. Their opinions are colored by their own fears, desires, and struggles. When you spend your days worrying about what others think, you hand over your peace to voices you cannot control. You shape your life to fit into their shifting expectations, never feeling free. But the moment you let go of this fear, you reclaim your freedom. You begin to walk your path with quiet confidence, aware that your worth is not decided by others' eyes, but rooted deeply in your own being. Like the vast sky that remains undisturbed by shadows, you too can remain calm and authentic, knowing that your truth is enough. Lesson 6. Choosing peace over pleasing. Picture a candle flickering softly in a quiet temple. Its light glows steadily, not trying to outshine the sun or brighten the entire world. It simply shines in its small space, offering warmth and light to whoever sits nearby. Many of us, however, live like candles burning at both ends, trying desperately to please everyone around us. We say yes when we want to say no. We bend ourselves into shapes that do not fit, hoping to keep the peace, to be loved, to be seen as good. But each time we do this, we pour out a little more of our inner light, leaving ourselves empty and exhausted. The Buddha once said, "Better than 1,000 hollow words is one word that brings peace." These words remind us that true value does not lie in endless actions to meet others' expectations, but in the quiet power of living with inner calm. Yes, kindness and compassion are the heart of the Buddhist path, but kindness towards yourself is just as important as kindness towards others. Helping people is beautiful, but not when it comes at the cost of your own peace. There is wisdom in knowing when to give and when to pause, when to say yes with love and when to say no with love. Set gentle boundaries. Honor your own needs. When you keep your inner world calm and centered, you give from a place of strength, not sacrifice. You no longer feel the need to earn approval, for your peace itself becomes your greatest offering to the world. Remember, true contentment blooms within you. When you choose your peace over constant pleasing, you create a life of quiet dignity, a life where your light shines naturally, warming others without burning yourself away. Lesson 7. Mastering what you can control, yourself. Imagine a mountain standing tall under shifting skies. Storms come, winds roar, clouds gather and disappear, but the mountain remains unmoved, rooted deeply in the earth's silent strength. So often in life, we exhaust ourselves trying to control everything around us. People's behaviors, their feelings, outcomes of plans, and the tides of fate. We think, if only they would act this way, if only things would go as I imagined. But these thoughts are like trying to hold the wind in your fist. The more you grasp, the more peace slips through your fingers. The Buddha taught, "Rule your mind, or it will rule you." Within these words lies the secret to unshakable calm. You cannot control how others speak or what they think of you. You cannot bend every situation to match your desires. But there is something far more powerful within your reach: yourself, your actions, your thoughts, your reactions. This is where your true power lies. Instead of pouring your energy outward, bring it back to yourself. Ask gently, how can I respond to this moment with wisdom? How can I keep my mind steady like the mountain, no matter how fierce the storm? When you master your thoughts and emotions, life changes. External chaos no longer disturbs your inner silence. You become like the still pond that reflects the moon perfectly, undisturbed by ripples of fear or anger. And something beautiful happens. As you focus inward and find your own balance, others around you begin to feel your calm presence. Your quiet strength becomes a mirror, reflecting back to them the possibility of their own peace. In this way, you lead not by control, but by example, inspiring without demanding, guiding without words. Remember, this practice is not about closing your heart to the world. It is about realizing that your peace does not depend on the unpredictable winds of others' choices. When you root yourself in self-mastery, no storm can uproot you. You walk through life with dignity and grace, carrying a power so deep that the world's chaos becomes just passing weather against the vast sky of your being. Lesson 8. People are too busy, living their own lives. Imagine standing on a crowded street, watching hundreds of people rush past. Each face carries its own silent story, worries about bills to pay, dreams yet to unfold, regrets held close to the heart. As you look around, you realize something profound. Everyone is wrapped in their own world. too preoccupied to truly focus on yours. So often, we walk through life burdened by the fear of judgment. We hesitate to speak our truth or follow our heart because we imagine critical eyes watching our every move. What will they think if I fail? What if they don't approve? These thoughts become invisible chains that hold us back from our authentic life. But the Buddha reminded us, your work is to discover your world, and then, with all your heart, give yourself to it. He taught that each person has their own path to walk. Their minds are filled with their own struggles, insecurities, desires, and plans. Just as your thoughts are consumed by your own life, so too are theirs. Realizing this truth is like stepping into an open field after years in a locked room. You feel the vastness of life and understand that others are not watching you as closely as you think. They are simply too busy navigating their own storms. This realization frees you to live with courage. When you release the fear of being judged, you reclaim the energy that was trapped in anxiety and direct it towards your own growth and purpose. You begin to act not to impress others, but to honor your own journey. Think about it. How much time do you spend worrying about others' opinions? And how much time do you actually spend thinking about them yourself? The truth is, we are all too busy wrestling with our own shadows to scrutinize others for long. Let this understanding lift the burden from your shoulders. Live authentically. Speak with honesty. Make choices that feel true to your spirit. As you walk your path with courage, you inspire others to do the same. The world is vast and life is fleeting. There is no time to live in the prison of imagined judgment. Instead, focus on discovering your purpose and dedicating yourself fully to it. When you let go of the need for approval, you find a quiet confidence blooming within. You begin to feel lighter, freer, and deeply grounded in your own truth. Remember, everyone is carrying their own secret battles. When you realize this, you not only find freedom from fear, but also develop deeper empathy for others. You no longer live trying to meet imagined expectations. You live to honor your own path with grace, kindness, and unshakable peace. Lesson 9: freedom from the trap of comparison. Imagine walking along a forest path at dawn. The tall pine trees rise around you, each one unique in shape and size. Some stretch straight towards the sky, while others bend gracefully in quiet curves. Not one tree competes with the other. Each simply grows according to its own nature, reaching for the sun in its own silent way. Yet as humans, we often trap ourselves in endless comparison. We measure our worth by someone else's success, happiness, beauty, or achievements. We scroll through bright images of perfect lives, unaware of the shadows behind each smile, and whisper to ourselves, I am not enough. The Buddha offered us a timeless truth. Health is the greatest gift, contentment the greatest wealth, faithfulness the best relationship. Within these words lies the secret to peace. The understanding that true wealth is not found in having more than others, but in being content with what is already yours. When you compare your life to another's, you lose sight of your own blessings. Your mind falls into scarcity, seeing only what you lack instead of honoring what you hold. Comparison births envy, resentment, and restlessness, emotions that cloud your vision and rob you of inner calm. Social media has amplified this trap. Every scroll reveals someone's highlight reel, their victories, joys, and beautiful moments captured in perfect light. But remember, behind those images are unseen struggles, doubts, and pain. Just like you, they carry invisible burdens. Buddhism teaches us to turn inward, to measure our progress only by our own journey. Your path is yours alone. When you look outward for validation, you stray from your true purpose. But when you look inward with gratitude and mindfulness, you see the quiet miracles unfolding in your life. The growth, the strength, the lessons learned. Imagine how freeing it is to no longer feel threatened by others' success. Their achievements do not diminish yours. Their light does not dim yours. Each of us blooms at our own pace. Like wild flowers under the morning sun, comparison steals your time and drains your spirit. Every moment spent envying someone else is a moment lost from nurturing your own dreams. Instead of asking, "Why am I not like them?" ask, "How can I honor my own path today?" Remember, life is not a race to outshine others. It is a sacred journey of discovering who you truly are and living with integrity and peace. When you release the burden of comparison, you walk lighter. You become rooted in your own worth, confident in your unique path, and deeply at peace with the person you are becoming. So breathe deeply, let go of comparison, and grow like the trees, quietly, steadily, reaching upwards in your own beautiful way. Lesson 10. Choose inner growth over external validation. Imagine standing at the edge of a quiet lake at dawn. The surface is still and clear, reflecting the pale light of the rising sun. You see yourself mirrored perfectly, calm, whole, and complete. You do not need the ripples of others' praise to know that you are real. You exist in quiet truth, just as you are. Yet, so often, we turn away from this stillness within and seek validation outside ourselves. We chase applause from the world, approval from family, praise from colleagues, likes and hearts on glowing screens. But each moment spent chasing external validation pulls us further away from the calm depths of our true being. The Buddha taught, "The mind is everything. What you think, you become." These words hold a power that many never realize. Your life is shaped from the inside out, not the outside in. When you spend your days seeking others' approval, your worth becomes fragile, swaying like a leaf in the slightest wind of criticism or indifference. No matter how much praise you gather, it never feels enough, because the ego will always crave more. This endless pursuit leaves the spirit restless, forever searching, but never finding true peace. But when you turn inward and prioritize your own growth, your wisdom, your kindness, your patience, your clarity, you begin to build something unbreakable. You understand that your worth is not dependent on fleeting compliments, but rooted deeply in your intentions and actions. Ask yourself, am I more patient than I was yesterday? More compassionate? More aware? These are the silent victories that shape a life of true fulfillment. External praise may come and go like passing weather, but inner growth stays with you forever, nurturing your spirit through every season. Buddhism teaches us that the ego thrives on approval, but the heart thrives on truth. As you rise above the need for validation, you begin to live with quiet confidence. You no longer tremble under criticism or inflate under praise. Instead, you remain steady and at peace, grounded in your own self-understanding. This inner steadiness, equanimity, is one of life's greatest treasures. It allows you to move through the world with grace, no longer shackled by fear of others' opinions. You speak with honesty, live with authenticity, and walk your path with dignity. Choosing inner growth is not selfish. It is the most generous thing you can do, for it transforms you into a source of calm wisdom for everyone around you. Your patience becomes a refuge for others. Your kindness becomes their comfort. Your silent strength inspires them to seek their own. External validation is temporary, like blossoms that fall with the first storm, but inner growth blooms quietly and continuously within, rooted deeply where no wind can reach. This growth brings a joy that does not depend on circumstances, a confidence that does not rely on praise, and a peace that no one can take from you. When you choose to cultivate your inner world, you discover the greatest freedom of all, the freedom to simply be yourself, fully and fearlessly, in each fleeting, precious moment of your life. Conclusion. As we reach the end of this journey today, take a quiet moment to reflect on what you've heard. Imagine your life as a sacred garden. Each of these lessons is like a seed planted in the soft earth of your heart. Some will blossom quickly, while others will rest quietly until the time is right. But each one carries the potential to transform your life from within. Remember, true power is not found in controlling the world around you, nor in gathering the praise of others. It is found in mastering your own mind, nurturing your inner peace, and walking your path with quiet confidence. You are not here to live according to others' expectations. You are here to discover who you truly are, and to live from that truth with courage and grace. If today's teachings touched your heart, imagine how your life could change by deeply applying them every single day. So, I invite you, if this wisdom resonates with your journey, to subscribe to this channel. Join this community of seekers walking the path of clarity, purpose, and inner freedom. Click the bell icon so you never miss these daily reminders to live with wisdom and peace. And if there was a lesson today that spoke to your